and I didn't go and do the thingy, so hopefully we won't have any horrible people show up.
All right.
So Becky, you still want me to go live with you? Yes, 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 yes. Of course I do. Okay. All right. So anyway, we'll just. Hey Angie, how are you? Good evening. So wonderful to see you. Thanks for stopping by. And Miss Allie Kay. Wow. Isn't this awesome, Becky?
It is. Hey, girls.
Great to see you. This is an impromptu. Mary's a little under the weather, and we thought we would come on and kind of fill that void that because we so look forward to her being on Friday nights, and there's this gap. And I contacted Becky, and I said, "Gee, what do you think?" And Becky
Yep.
said, "I'm game."
So I just have happy mail sprawled out here that I'm separating, and that's all I'm doing right now.
Yeah. Well,
It's dividing it up, like in this envelope here is for making pockets.
oh, good.
There we go. Let me get everything on the right. I want the chat from YouTube, but I want to watch on StreamYard. There
That's
we go.
what I want to do too. I gotta set that up too.
There we go. And then I was going to quickly share us about
Okay.
about
As they would say in Canada, a boot. Oh, Angie, they finally called you. Oh, you poor thing. How stressful. You've been
Oh,
waiting.
well, at least they finally got
I
around
know
to
it's
it.
like going
Wow.
on 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, it's crazy.
And she goes next Thursday morning. Oh, okay. Hi, Mitzi. So great to see you on this Friday night.
Let's see here.
Well, I'm glad, Angie. At least you have a date and a time. And hopefully next Thursday will come around faster than slower. But man, that's been a long, long wait for you. Almost 3 weeks. Yep. That's just so frustrating. Just to wait for something like that because you just don't know until they run the test and everything to give you some idea as to what's going on. So I'm glad that hopefully you'll have the test and it'll be a good result for you. Yep,
All
we're
right.
thinking of you.
Yeah, definitely.
We've all been
Take
there.
lots of deep breaths.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
don't don't let things go on in your head. That's my fault. That's what I do. Is I
Oh, I
start
do.
thinking about things and it's like, no, just
Hmm.
let them do what they got to do, and that's the only way you're gonna find out.
Yep. And it will be what it's going to be. And I start, thinking about things and getting all stressed out. Hi, Ruth. Good evening. And then I kind of take a couple of deep breaths, and this is the mental game that I play with myself. Well, what could be the absolute worst scenario? And
Yeah,
usually it's never that, you know what I mean? And that kind
yeah.
of brings me down to reality that, you know, so hopefully it's true. A lot of deep breaths.
Oh wow.
Well, so nice to see you. So you're
Yes,
working on
everybody
your
coming
journal
in.
tonight? That's great.
Oh
Okay.
wow.
I started gutting last Sunday during my stream. I started gutting a paperback book, and I apologize because I was adamant that this stream was public, that the Ava, the crafting bohemian crafting, had made this public, and it's not public. It's Patreon only, but with common. There's a term that says that anybody can use it. So
Open access or something.
yeah, common license, common
Uh-huh.
something. The word common usage. That means it can be reused, over and over again. And she had an old fashioned paperback 520 page paperback with, real thin papers. And I had a paperback that was, it was the artistics. Everyone had kind of like took a deep breath on Sunday when they saw that I was going to tear this apart, because it's the artistic anatomy of trees with
Oh.
515 illustrations, but all of the illustrations are black and white and not very clear.
Oh, okay.
And Ruth is saying, interesting looking paperclip.
Well, this is from Happy Mail. That was something Tanya had sent me.
And she's looking at the paperclip that looks like a candy cane.
Oh, this little thing?
Yeah, I got a whole bunch of those. Hi, Kathy. I bought a whole bunch of those, and I thought it'd be fun to have people alter paper clips. It would be fun. It'd be fun to tackle one of those monsters.
Exactly.
That would be a lot of fun to do. So as I started working on this, I discovered that there were a lot. I was telling Becky a lot of what I call a lot of moving parts, and there's 5 sections to it, and I've got it gutted. I have ripped out all of the pages, which is about yay thick worth of pages, and it's holding. It's not crumbling or anything. It's holding together. Again, it's a paperback. It's not stitched. And I was always told that if you attempt to alter a book that's not stitched, you will be very disappointed, because at some point it'll all fall apart. After you've done all that work, it'll just disintegrate. So far, so good. And nothing's come apart. And again, she had a plan on how many pages to rip out and then glue together, tear out 10 pages, glue together, tear out 20 pages and glue together. So you end up with 5 sections, and you make these little dividers. And I think I did one on Sunday, but I'll probably show another one this Sunday. So now the book is kind of ready for some of the embellishments. And if you're familiar with Ava, she's got a lot of free YouTube videos, tons. That's all fine. No problem, Pam. Just so happy you're here. That's fine.
Yeah, we just got on. We haven't been on that long.
No, we haven't, because I screwed up.
That's okay. Well, I found these signatures in the bottom. This is little signatures I'd already put together from previous Happy Mail. This is envelopes.
Oh, how cool.
So all I got to do is stitch these together, and then I can start doing a little journal. But then how do I want to stitch them together?
Oh, yeah.
Because they're in actual little signatures.
So you'd want to do that stitchy thing that you do when you have signatures, and that's when you stack them up.
Yeah. Well, I'm just wondering how I would connect them together without putting a binding on the back. I think there is an actual binding method for that.
Yes.
But I don't know it, so I might set this aside, because I saw this and I was like, oh, I could just start working with the Happy Mail bits. And I've separated out all the stuff that was fabric in its own bag. So this would be a fabric journal. And then the rest of it that's in here is just all other papers and stickers and things that I could put in something like this.
Yeah, there is a stitch where usually those signatures are a little thinner than those.
Well, these are only 3 pages.
Okay. All right.
I'll research it and see if I can find that and try to do that.
I was just watching a woman that I'd never watched before, and her goal was she was going to make 70 journals in a week. And she had all those stacks of watercolor paper, and they were all sketchbooks and watercolor. And she had, gutted books. Oh, we have some company. Hello.
It's because he's digging my legs. So I said, I'm going to throw you up on the table. Be part of the show. So I don't know if everybody saw my post on Facebook or not, but Bernadette had some kind of weird seizure out in the
I'm
yard.
so concerned.
But she hasn't had another one since I snatched her up and brought her back in the cool. And she hadn't even been out there 15 minutes.
Oh, okay. Because I wonder maybe she ate something that just was somewhat poisonous or something.
I don't know. She's blind, so she can't see anything. Bernie, lay down, honey.
But I know, usually you let her, she's out there, just hanging out.
Yeah, she does fine getting around the yard. I don't know what happened.
Now, did you see her have the seat? You happened to just see her, or?
Yeah, I went out there to get her, and she was just flopping all around, and it was it scared the daylights out of me. It was like she was sniffing for something, and then all of a sudden she just started going.
I wonder if something bit her.
Oh, I don't know.
Because that would explain, that an instant reaction, maybe something bit her.
Well, I didn't see any creature out there.
Maybe a spider or something you couldn't see.
Don't know, but she seems to be doing fine now, and I'm not letting her go out by herself right now. I'll go out with her, Yeah.
I would be afraid to let her go out.
Yeah. Do you want to go out on the porch?
No, I want to stay right here with you.
Yeah. This is one that usually go out because it's dark. Let me go put him on the porch. I'll be right back.
Poor Howie.
Porch time.
Yeah, Mary stopped by in my craft and chat room yesterday afternoon just to say hi, and she was really feeling pretty punky, not too well, and so I figured we would come on and stream, and this could kind of be like a get well. This is a get well. If you're watching us, this is a get well and positive vibes being sent your way during this time slot. So that was the plan. That was my intent. Carol's here. Yay. Let me bring Carol in, and I think that'll be the... Hi, Carol.
Hello. We're skinny.
Yeah. Oh, what should I do? How?
Landscape.
What do I do?
The two landscapes. Hi, Kathy. There we are.
Oh, there you go. Thank you. It's a good thing Carol shows up because she can set me straight in a heartbeat.
Well, when there's more than two, it's easier if everybody's landscape. I don't know how long I'll last, but I'm here for a little bit.
I'm glad you could come for a little bit. I was kind of saying this was kind of sending out a get well stream for our Mary.
Yes, Miss Allie. Carol TMT, that's me. Hi, Miss. Hi, Ruth. Hi, everybody in chat. Hi, Becky.
Hello.
Hi, Kelly's Creative Dreams. So lovely to see Nashua. Hello, Nashua.
Hi, Nashua.
Great to see you. Thanks for stopping by. This is awesome.
I was busy afterwards.
I'm sorry?
I was busy.
Yep. Ooh. Oh. Yeah, Carol's been working on her altered book also. Oh, look at you with the tags. And Carol also, Becky, she was finding stuff, bits and pieces of stuff she didn't know she had, and she would oh my gosh, look at all the neat stuff you found.
This was given to me in a Happy Mail in 2019.
Oh, goodness.
I made this a while ago. This is one of my old paintings that I put a tag in here. I found this.
Oh.
In my little box.
There you
how
go.
Cool.
So I found that. So that was a bonus. So that's what I put on the back of those little tag things. In this one, I had a little circle thing go in there so the circles would go around.
Of course.
And
That's
then this I
so
didn't do.
okay. Those are the split pages. So you did that. That's
In the works yet. So I'm trying to cover up everything in the book.
mm-hmm.
So I'm running out of glue stick though.
No. Oh.
This
Look
was
how
a
all
card
the
that
neat
was
stuff
given.
that you found to put in that.
Yeah. Goes this
Good that
way.
you cut that up. Yep.
And then this opens this way. And I got stuff in there.
Oh, very cool.
There's that other page that I found. It was in a
That's
Happy Mail.
so beautiful.
This was the other part of this one. Not that one. Yeah, that one. And I cut a piece off and I put it in here as a tuck.
Oh wow. And yeah, and you found that.
Excuse me. Sorry.
That's all right.
Lay down.
And the book that Carol tore apart was like a paperback, but it was like a fishing guide paperback type of thing. And it's amazing what she's done. I mean, I haven't gotten that far. And my excuse is that my book is bigger than hers, so I've got more stuff to do.
Sorry, I got sneezes. I'm really stuffed up tonight. And this Anne taught me how to do. So this'll get covered up in here.
Right. Well, yeah, I taught you through Ava.
Yeah.
Hi, Lori. So lovely to see you. Ava is a pocket and flapper. She makes flaps and pockets and tucks and stuff. But I'm amazed. That's so awesome.
Sorry. So I took another piece of this kind of paper and I put it on this flap. Now this has to get stuck together yet, and then I have to decorate this part yet.
And I have the plans for that. I watched what she did with those pages, so we can. But Pam wants to know what you've got there, Becky.
This is pocket 17 of my Bits and Bobs book.
Oh, wow.
Which is my binder where I throw all the little bits of stuff. And then I just pull it all out and I kind of separate things. And then I'll either make a journal page or a card or something. I'm going to make cards tonight, I think, because I'm in the mood to. And that's it.
Look at all those goodies. Look at all those goodies. Yum, yum.
All the bits. This one was nicely packed. So it's kind of cheating, but.
That's a lot of goody stuff.
That's good stuff, though. That is really awesome. Let me just make you big again. Now, were those the envelopes that we were supposed to put together?
No, this is my regular Bits and Bobs binder.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I just pulled out everything that was in pocket 17.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I have all sorts of things put together like little kits around so I have something fast to do if I need it.
Right. I started to do the numbered envelopes and I have them, but I never really, I couldn't remember. I couldn't understand I feel so stupid saying to this, but I couldn't wrap my head around the concept. I feel. But
well,
anyway.
You're basically making up a kit of things that go together.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. By we labeled them by.
You can do well. We have pocket 5 is fabric, so
I knew that. That's the only one I understood.
And then the rest of them are by color family. Like I had a pocket that was just a variety of blues, and I had a pocket that was
all right,
browns and tans, and one that was black.
All right, okay, I did that, and then I had like one that was just like pictures of various buildings and architecture.
Yeah, so all you would have to add with that is maybe some cardstock.
Okay, all right. Well, I wasn't that far off.
Just colors that kind of go with the pictures that you put in there.
Okay, then I wasn't that far amiss.
No.
All right. Okay.
I love these tea bag pieces. I think they're so cool.
Yeah, I've got all of my relative tea bags hanging over here. I have to start just doing some Happy Meal and sending them off to friends.
Make sure you get everybody on the screen so they can see.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, there we are. Okay.
There you go.
Thank you. Thank you for reminding
Yeah.
me. Hi, Stacy. Good evening. And Kathy Whitney's here
Hi, Kathy.
from the
Kathy's
West Coast.
given us a puzzle on Facebook. She's got a pink flower. We're trying to figure out what it is.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I've been using that Google image search thing that you can do. You can
Yes.
right click on your picture and it'll try to find it.
Yep.
It keeps telling me it's a Melva, which is a hollyhock. But Kathy's right. The leaves do not look like hollyhock leaves.
There's a Melba peach though, isn't there?
It's Melva.
Oh, okay. All right. Never mind. Okay.
Melva. But there is a Melba peach.
I thought maybe it could be a peach leaf.
No, it's a pink flower. It's beautiful. It's by her fish pond.
Ooh.
She posted a picture of it.
I have the I can't think of the name of them now. They're the big gorgeous flowers birds of paradise.
Oh.
It's a big flower that's about yay big. I think it's called birds of paradise, and it's a big bush on the corner of my property, and they bloom once a year. I need to take some pictures of them.
Oh yeah, I'd love to see it.
I think they're called birds of paradise. I'm pretty sure.
Think of that song. May the bird of paradise fly up your
Your
nose.
nose. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, maybe that's not the name of it. Peach Melba is a dessert. Yes, maybe. Yeah, maybe it's not. You're
dessert.
right, Lori. It's not. I don't think it's a variety of peach. I think it's a dessert named after some guy probably a chef by the name of Melba. So there's no leaf involved or no flower involved. I guess not. So I am going to do something that I saw this gentleman do the other day, and I'm going to attempt to do it, and it was so cool. He was making vintage papers.
Okay.
And I have some coffee dyed papers that I bought from Amy, and I can't remember her last name, but she sells papers. Amy, I can't remember her last name, but I bought a whole bunch of her. And Rosemary, in her latest pack, her Dark Shadows pack, has papers by Amy.
Oh, okay.
And she dyes papers and of all different colors, and she also does dark papers, but these are coffee dyed papers. And I bought some of them these are beautifully stained, and this is like stuff that you could kind of remnants and stuff. So let me see if I can't make some sense of what I'm doing here. I'm going to put these in here. All right, next Wednesday, no food. Okay, all right. We won't, because I know you probably can't have anything after a certain hour for your test. We won't talk about any food.
All right. We'll keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Nobody can say anything about food.
And you have to remind us if we're all together next Wednesday night. You'll have to remind
Hopefully
us.
we will be. As long
Yes.
as nobody falls down, gets broke, or a dog dies, I'll be here.
Yeah. No dogs having fits or
Yeah.
so.
I keep telling myself she's 14 years old.
Yeah, that's true. And she really looks good for 14. I have to.
And she Scooby-Doo's around. I mean, she acts like she's fine.
Yeah.
Just watching her have that out in the yard today was a bit much.
That would be terrifying. Well, speaking of that, I'm in the living room where my craft area is, and I hear kind of like a bit of a thud. It was, and I think Lily was on the little table I have out on the porch, and I think she fell off it.
Oh dear.
I think
Howard's
she,
fallen off this table in here.
and I didn't. I just and she was kind of like shaking herself. And I'm assuming that supposedly they're supposed to land on their feet, but she kind of looked a little discombobulated.
Poor baby.
And that's a hard floor that she fell on, so I
Yeah.
felt bad for her. So I think once I do this technique, it's going to go on this page in here, Carol. So let me just see.
Well, I'm going to have to look her up and see about this book. Like, I need another project, Anne, really.
Right? Oh, yes. Well, I will send anybody that wants it. This is really all you, and I took a picture of this and I sent it to Carol. I can send that out. And this basically tells you in what order you tear out the pages. And then when you get done with all of this, you start all over again until there's nothing left of the book other than what's here. And then there's other little things that but this guy, and it's somebody that I am not familiar with, but just popped up in my feed.
Yeah.
And okay, so he has something like this, right? And he takes post-it notes. And he kind of tears them. And I'm going to stick one here. I'm going to stick one here. Okay. And let me stick another one here. This was so in tune with Rosemary's hidden forest thing.
Oh, okay. Oh, I was getting in the car the other day and I looked down and there was a dragonfly wing laying in where my feet go.
Whoa.
So I was like, I'm going to take that and take pictures of it and maybe try to scan it.
Yeah.
And then once I've gotten nice pictures and stuff, I was thinking I might try to laminate it.
Make a specimen card.
Yeah. I was thinking you make get some acetate, put it in like a specimen slide type of thing. That would be cool. There was a dead dragonfly that literally died in the back shelf of my mom's car. And it was perfectly preserved, and it was there for years, and I never removed it. It was there when the car was sold. I don't know how long it was there. All right, so I have this here, right? And then what he did was he took a script stamp. Okay. I'm using brown ink. I hope. No, it looks a little dry. Oh dear. I thought maybe we're not going to be using this. Well. Okay. And let's see. I'll try this. This is the oxide ink. Gosh, why is everything? Well, talk amongst yourselves while I re-ink.
Uh-oh.
I was using, well, that's probably why they're all, because I've been using them all day, and that's why there's nothing left. All righty. Well, okay. Looky here. Potting soil re-inker. I've had this probably for 5 years. But that doesn't go bad. Okay. Isn't it great just to be able to be so, well, I can't say I'm prepared. Because if I were prepared, I would have re-inked this before, but I'm prepared that I have the re-inker, right? So that kind of
There
works.
you go.
Kind of, right?
There's Mary Lou.
Hey, Mary Lou.
Yeah,
Good to
if
see-
Kathy, well, how do you usually look on the internet? Because if you're on like a laptop or whatever, you can just right click and it'll say, oh, what does it say? And I don't remember. Let me look. Search image with Google Lens.
Right.
And what it'll do is it'll go search for it and see if it can find anything like it on the internet. Now I'm trying to find you guys again. There you are. And it goes and searches for images that look like your image. And on your phone, you have to open Google. You can't just do it from the search bar that's like right here. Don't try to do it there. You have to open your Google. And then you'll see there's a little camera on the search bar right there. If you click on that, it opens this up and it'll have a place at the top that you can search for stuff. Like if I lay this down, I can say search with my camera and I'll do Elmer's glue all, and then I'll just take a picture and it says looking for results. And look, it says Elmer's glue. So it'll give you options. When I discovered that, I was in seventh heaven because it'll look up anything.
That's a great feature, isn't it? It's
It
so
is.
fun to play
Love it.
with.
Especially handy if you're like just hiking and you want to look something up.
Yeah.
That's nice. I hope that helps.
Yeah,
Kathy.
no, I think you
can search.
explained it. So what I'm doing is I'm stamping the script around these little squares, right?
Oh, and then you pull your
Yes, and then you add like a little, like maybe a little picture of a bird. You're making vintage kind of like ephemera, and the trick is you don't really want to you don't want your text to overlap. You kind of want to look like someone's actually. And let's see if we can't get a little piece in here. Okay. Then if I pull this off, it's like creating, it's what's the name of, there's a name of a woman that makes these nature things, and it's nothing running right now. I should have, let me see if I can't go back and get some text over here. That's not too bad. We'll do this here a little bit. so now you have, this is the sheet that you're working on, and now I will add, well, let's pretend this guy is a person that studies insects. So now I will put like an insect stamp here and an insect stamp here and here. And then that looks like a page out of somebody's journal. An insect collector dude. That begins, what's that? An
An entomologist.
entomologist? Yeah, I think that's. So I've got this big old stamp here of this gross bug. And here's I'm gonna put that one there. And maybe this one here. All right. Even though I added more ink to that, it's not very juicy. I was a little stingy with my re-inking. I should. Oh no, it's pretty good. All right.
I always go the other direction and put way too much.
I know, that's what I'm always afraid of. So let's do this. So now it starts to look like someone that maybe is walking in the woods and maybe write something about this insect and draws it. And so this is kind of like a journal. And we have that really neat frog.
Andy says I'm too quiet.
Yes. Well, I'm talking, so I should
Well,
be
when other people are talking, I don't talk.
right.
But you were teaching them how to do something, so.
Well, I don't know about teaching. So that's how it looks.
Oh, that is cool.
That's kind of cool, isn't it? And I have those little stamps that have like figure, like it's like, I'm going to add those.
You could fussy cut bugs too if you don't have stamps.
Yeah, absolutely. I have my my Inktober 31 beetle drawings that I did a couple of years ago.
Kathy Cowell, this is something that Anne is showing on her videos, and we worked along with it. It's the book. I did what Anne showed, and then I'm just decorating basically on my own.
It was a gutted paper. It was an altered paperback. Yeah, I can make myself big for a second. Let's see.
Yeah, because if they're watching on the phone, they're not going to be able to
Oh, okay.
see how cool it is.
So what you do is you take a Post-it note and kind of just put it to mask out sections, and then I just used a script stamp. And when you stamp the script stamp, you want to be very careful not to overlap it. So so you don't want to look, you want to make it look as realistic as you can. And then in these empty spaces, I put bugs this time, but the next time I'm probably going to put mushrooms. or birds, and it's like making like a nature journal. So that's what that kind of looks like, and it's a really nice effect. It really has a cool effect. And I'm using this is coffee dyed paper that I'm doing this on. So that's kind of
Stop.
it's not my original. I and I will put the gentleman's link in the bottom when I'm done. I'll go back and find him. He's a British gentleman, and I just happened to come across him, and I thought that that would be kind of a fun thing to do. And then I've got those little. It says figure 14, so I'll stamp those on to make it look like came out of a. And these are like stamps that I haven't used in years. And then he goes back and colors them in. He got out his colored pencils and added some color to them, and then he added he had like a coffee cup stain stamp, and he added a coffee stain thing to the paper, and he just he did this, and then he started adding just all this other really neat little stuff that was really cool. Carol's got her little froggy.
Oh, well, he's got cute eyeballs.
Yes. He is adorable. All right, let me do this. Where am I? I had to laugh because this gentleman he saves all these little post-its to use over and over again, and it's really. So I have this. Well, you'll see. I have a figure stamp. I'll stick that right there, so you can see. I push hard, but again, it's like a little. I've had these stamps for a long time, and I don't think I've never used them. But something like this, putting this together, you can see it's really, again, if you have the stamps or, you can cut out pictures of birds or whatever, and add them. It can be a quick page. I'll stick this over here. I'm not going to press down as hard. Oh, that's much better. Okay. Alrighty. We are kind of quiet, but we're working. We built several flowers. All right. You still haven't been able to identify. So I missed the beginning of this. Is this something? Is this a flower that Kathy just came across and is just trying to identify it?
No, it's in her yard, and it came back from the previous year. So it's a perennial. It comes back.
Yeah.
And it's pink and very bushy. When I first saw it, I thought dianthus, but the leaves are nowhere near a dianthus. My grandmother could probably tell you exactly what it was.
So this page would not be complete if I hadn't done something upside down. So I just want you to know, true to form, I stamped that upside down by mistake. But I'm just saying now I feel that it's mine because I did it upside down. Those of you that know me, I have a tendency to do upside down and ass backwards kind of stuff. And now I feel that
you can own it.
I can own it. Yes, I can own it because it's definitely mine. All right. So let's see. I have this is kind of like a coffee stain-ish here. And let's see how coffee stainish that looks.
I love that picture of the woods and snow.
Let me make you big.
Up in upstate New York, I'd go out after our first snow
Oh,
and
yes.
just walk around in it in the
Mhm.
woods. So
Mhm.
peaceful. You can
I
hear
have pictures like that. I mean, pictures that I took of the stream that was near our house in upstate New York.
Yeah.
Yep. And you have that heavy white snow.
Mm-hmm.
We had these big pine trees that were probably 40, 50 feet tall.
Yeah. Not the wimpy ones like we have here in South Carolina. They could hold a load up there.
Yeah. we have pine trees here, but they're not like, pine trees like that we're familiar with.
No, they're not spruce and
Yeah. They're not even, yeah. The lady across the street has something that's pine tree like. Uh-oh. Kathy said she's putting herself in the corner because she was talking about food.
uh-oh.
She's apologizing to Angie. She said,
That's Wednesday night. Wednesday night.
yeah, yeah.
I don't know why I'm keeping these legs, except they look cool.
Yeah, why not?
Stick them on something else. And don't forget to make everybody else join the potty. Potty.
So I've added a rather wimpish coffee stain. That kind of looks like a coffee stain, right? A little bit, kind of.
They can't see you, Ann.
Whoops. That's right.
That's the part that's hard, is remembering to put everybody back in. There you go.
There's my coffee stain, kind of.
Oh, it looks like a coffee stain to me.
Yeah. That's a stencil that I made that stencil. I cut that stencil out. So kind of, yeah, it looks like a coffee stain. I mean, the best thing to do is just get a coffee cup, right? And just stick it down. But I'm not drinking coffee this time of night.
No, I'd never sleep. I used to could do that, but not anymore.
Yeah. I know some people can drink coffee anytime.
Yeah, I used to be able to.
Let's see. Nicey tells you what you would like, Kathy. Yeah. Hardest part is deciding. Yeah. Oh, you're talking about planning a menu and what you'd cook, I think. That was always my problem, when married and the kids were home and planning a menu and just get so tired of cooking the same things. And okay. So this will get glued into this book. This book is not, I'm not following Ava's altered book. It's decorated with Victorian ladies and lace and all of that. But since this book that I tore apart is filled with trees, it just kind of told the book actually told me, hey, it's got to be a nature book. And
There you go.
it spoke to me. So that's why it's going to be nature, leaning. So I think I'm going to do the same thing, and then we'll see. Maybe I'll do butterflies or I think I have some mushroom stamps, and then I will rearrange. I'll put these little post-its I'll put them in a different configuration than I had in the other. So I'll just put that post-it note again down. But this is pretty fun. And I really don't like the way that I'm going to try to do a better job stamping out the script. All right. So, let's see how that goes. Try the distress oxide. Well, that was pretty dry, wasn't it? No, it wasn't. No, that's right. Stick your hand in it, and there you go. I was taking a fountain pen apart today, and unfortunately, I was trying to smooth the nib, and I destroyed the nib. So
Oh no, that's not good.
Yeah, I know. And then I cut the top of the nib off, and I thought I would grind it so it would be like a right slanted italic nib, which is way above my skill level, believe me. So I just made it worse. But I can always put another nib in the pen. But it's a cool pen because it's like someone said to me I should show this to Janet Young because it's got a level on it and a ruler on it, and it's kind of an interesting type of pen.
Yeah, it sounds right up her alley. She's
Yes.
Everything's in order.
Yes. Yeah. Are you going to do the zine?
The swap?
The zine swap?
No.
No. You do great zines.
Yeah, I just
Too much going on. Yeah.
I just didn't feel like it. It sounds like fun, but yeah. Well, I like the black and white and then the pop of green. That's fun.
Ooh, yeah. Well, I don't know whether it's a go or not. You know, I guess a lot of people during Monday, people messaged her and said yes, but Monday. I don't. So I'm not. I don't know whether it's official or not.
I thought she was just taking names and they were gonna partners
then,
next month.
I guess but I think after Dee Dee stream on Monday, there wasn't a whole lot of interest, and she said that she wasn't going to do it unless there was. But I think a lot of people, jumped in on Monday afternoon.
Yeah.
Well, I showed you my little cartoon character.
Yes.
And I think I'm going to use them and have them introduce a mother goose. And I'm going to have like Annie say to Lily, we're going to do a mother goose fairy tale. And Lily's going to say, "Oh, can I eat the goose?" And Annie's going to say, no, you can't. And then and Lily's going to say, "Well, what's that about?" And I said, "Well, she wrote fairy tales." And then Lily's going to say, "Oh, can I eat the fairy?" And Annie's going to say, no, you can't eat the fairy. And then I'll go. So I will proceed from there. At least that's my initial thought on how I'm going to, now whether I'm going to be able to draw this and put this all together, I don't know. Because Lily always wants to eat.
Yes.
That's her favorite.
Especially if she hears all our voices in the background.
That is funny. I think you're absolutely right, though. You're right. She's sleeping through this evening session. She hasn't. Yeah, I think the theme of the zine is going to be a mother goose tale. I do believe that was the plan. My favorite, I think my favorite Janet zine is the ugly duckling one was my favorite that she did. That was, and she had the ugly duckling on the milk cartoner, missing. That was a funny one. And I don't know whether you remember, whether you were there, but Lena did a whole thing about the author of the ugly duckling, Stevenson. And as she tells the story about him, right? He was kind of a weird dude, and not a very attractive man. And so she's drawing his portrait and telling you all of these horrible things that you'd never really want to know about Robert Louis Stevenson. No, Hans Christian Andersen. No, it was Hans Christian Andersen that wrote The Ugly Duckling, and kind of changes your outlook on these fairy tales, but it was pretty gruesome. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. There's another person that's fascinating and interesting and fun to watch, right? Miss Lena.
Yes. Oh, Howard.
Uh-oh. That didn't sound good.
Oh, he just jumped down and shook the whole table. He weighs 16 pounds, and when he moves
Yeah, he's
around,
a big boy, isn't he? Yeah.
yeah. Oh, and the door is closed. You can't possibly get to the kitchen the other way.
So I'm stamping this script stamp, and I don't really care whether it's upside down or not because you really can't read it. Yes, exactly, Stacy. They are. Yes, I'm a huge fan of Peter Draws, Jill. I have several of his books. I have, on occasion tried to slow him down, just so I can literally draw along with him. He is absolutely, I really enjoy Peter Draws. All right, let's see. Again, the thing is you don't want the script, not the strip, the script to overlap. But I think I'm going to have maybe not go like that. What do I do here? Let's see if I can bring this up here. No, that's not too bad. Let me put a piece up here, maybe. Yeah, piece over here, perhaps. So now I'm going to open and remove these masks, and now I have spaces in a different orientation than the other. I'll wipe this up. I got ink everywhere, ink everywhere. Yeah, he is. He's pretty. Yep. Yeah, it's Peter Draws, but that's not his real name. It's Peter. Begins with a D. Yeah, he is very talented. He's very funny. He's definitely out there. Hansel and Gretel. Speaking of horror stories, Cinderella. You know what happens in the real Cinderella? The evil stepsisters, they literally cut their toes off to fit in the slipper, and there's blood everywhere. in the original.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, they were grim. I mean, these guys were grim, and Hansel. They were all horror stories. Um, I mean, absolutely horror stories. Well, Jill, he has been doing a lot more. He has been doing some reading, but I didn't know that he had a separate channel that says Peter reads. But I know that he does some reading. But he does some really different kind of. It's not even drawn. It's not anything you can. Yes, that's. Hey, thank you, Miss Allie. That's it. There you go. That's his name. Thank you, Allie. Do you follow him too, Miss Allie? Have you watched him? You must have. Yeah, I know that's quite the name. Yes. Thank you, Allie. Thank you so much for doing that. All right, so let's see, shrooms. I think I have some mushrooms. Oh, wait a minute. How about, I could fit little butterflies in here, and this could be a butterfly page. You do follow him? Okay, yes. I discovered him a couple of years ago, and he just fascinates me. And I've actually done, let's see, maybe occasionally. Let's see, I might have one in here. Well, this is, I mean, it's a little tiny piece, but this is kind of like this is the kind of stuff he does. I mean, this is just, but it would be much bigger than this, and it just goes on, and he just, it's hard to describe what he does. That's the only piece I have. But I'll put them on and I'll slow them down to like as slow as I can go, and try to follow his drawing. Well, I haven't used this stamp before because I can't get it off the. Look. Oh,
I'm always afraid of tearing them in half when they don't come
I
off.
know, but they're pretty resilient, aren't? Because I know what you mean, but I mean, they're pretty. I store them in. I bought empty CD cases, and then I stamped what the stamp looks like that's in the CD case, and then they store like so, and I can kind of see. I'm always fascinated to see how people store their stuff, because everyone has such great ideas how to store stuff.
Well, I think I want to build some bookshelves to go under this cutting table here in the middle.
Ooh,
so I can get all of my books in here. And it would support these ends. Scott put legs on one end of it for me because the cats Howard weighs so much. Where the flaps come up, he weighs them down, and so warps my cutting table.
Oh, that's not good.
If I could build some bookcases to go up under the flaps.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Perfect.
And you
Dinner's
don't want
done. Gotta run. Bye, Kathy. Hi, Andrea.
Oh, that's a good idea. All right. She put black paper in the case to make the design show up. That's a good idea. Okay, Kathy, thank you so much for coming. So appreciate. Hi, function of light one or flow. Nice to see you this evening.
I used my yes paste.
Uh-oh.
Did I hear you say you used your yes paste? And how was your experience?
It's fine. I used my finger and I put it on the back of my frog to put my frog on.
You used your finger and now you have a sticky finger?
Nope.
So that means you've already washed your finger.
No.
It's not sticky?
I have a towel here. I just wiped it off.
Okay.
But it wasn't. It's not as bad as using matte medium. Let me tell you.
Oh no, because it's much better than matte medium for something like that because it's a dry adhesive. It's basically dry, so you're not going to get.
It was better. I was debating: do I use my matte medium or do I use the yes paste?
Well, so this is Carol's first yes experience.
Yes.
Woo-hoo! And you guys were here to see it live. Right here. She is no longer a yes novice.
I had other thoughts, but
And Mary is the best
she's
yes.
the pro.
Yeah, she whips that thing out and she's got that little spatula and she's digging down there and she gets this little tiny schmidge, piece of yes and smears that. It's like a lesson in a tutorial in yes.
It's not even bad it's not a bad it's not like matte medium at all. That matte medium just gunks up your fingers so bad.
Mm-hmm. I like peeling it off. When matte medium gets on your hands or something, it's great when you can peel it off. It's like
it's almost like Elmer's glue when you were.
Yeah, it is. Yep, exactly. That's what I was going to say. Just like when you get a sunburn and you can peel off your sunburn. I saw that my dermatologist a couple of weeks ago, yearly scan. I mean, this is only the second time I've ever gone. And someone said, at your age, you should have someone kind of just do take a look at you. Back in the day when I was a teenager, we did some serious sunbathing. We did the baby oil, but not just baby oil. We would add a couple of drops of iodine to the baby oil, and we would just fry. But boy, were we tan. Yes, we were. I don't know where that came from, Jill, but I'm sorry. Did you use iodine too? Okay. Yep. That must have been a certain. And the dermatologist said to me, she said, well, I've heard of the baby oil, but I've never heard of iodine. Well, the iodine just gives it a little bit extra color because baby oil is clear. So the iodine, it's like the old suntan lotion copper tone. That would kind of really dye your skin,
Boy, making these books makes a mess.
Now, what are you working? Those flowers are gorgeous.
somebody sent me a card and I kept the front of it
Yes.
and reusing it.
There you go.
Secret to having it all is knowing you already do.
That's very lovely.
Yeah, it reminds me of mandalas.
Yeah.
And it blends with the colors of this page. The purples, the
Yeah.
peach, and the blue. So it makes the eye travel.
I never think of that stuff, even though I know that. I know in theory, about, the blocks,
And then
and
the brown or the copper on the sides matches the bumps on the paper. Even though it all came from different people, it's all blending. So basically, everything in this book came from Happy Mails from before 2019 and up.
oh wow.
As I'm finding things, as I'm sorting and searching, and I come across things, it's like, oh, this is Anne's fault.
So this is all going into this little thing that we're doing. The
All these little, yeah, it's
wow.
everything that I've been finding from Happy Mails that I've received years upon years ago. I've been putting in this book. It's not, I've created a couple things in here. Everything else is basically came from other people, except for that little pad.
But
This
isn't that
card,
great?
though, this card I made. I made the Twinchy here. My thing isn't staying glued down. This came in a Happy Mail. This came in a Happy Mail. This tag came in a Happy Mail because I don't own any tags. This is a bag that came in a Happy Mail, and it's a double bag.
Oh, look at that. Oh, I tell you, you showed that to me earlier. Ava would be so thrilled to see all those pockets.
Yeah, yeah. I have a pocket, and then in the middle here is pocket,
Yes.
and then a pocket, and this tuck. Would you believe this is the first time I'm making a book like this?
You
Wow.
told me that, and I'm so. I mean, I'm glad. I mean, I was kind of.
I've never made a book with bunches of pockets. I've only ever made sketchbooks or stuff to write in or watercolor books. I've never made the pockets or tucks or what do they call tip-ins. I've watched
Okay.
those videos.
Yeah.
So this is my first official
Okay.
altered book.
Well,
I've
that's
belonged years upon years ago. I belonged to a lot of junk journal groups, but I never made the book.
right. Yeah. And an altar book is different than a junk journal. It's just I mean, discovered Lori Marie Jenkins, who to me is like the queen of altered books.
I've watched her for a very long time.
And she just makes the most outrageous altered books. I mean, they're just, she cuts pages and has, all sorts of, so much stuff going on. It's so much fun.
Thanks, Andrea.
And the flow's going. I love all those, features and pockets and flips and flaps, tucks and such fun. Yes.
So now I have to figure out what I'm going to put here. And then there's the pocket here. Turn it over. And then this hello is a pocket at the top.
Yeah. Now for those split pages, all she did, as far as I can tell, is she just put pictures on those like pictures on the front and put pictures on the other side. That's what she did to those.
Yeah, I have to figure out what I want to put on.
Yeah.
So it kind of blends.
Yeah. Oh, you just subscribed to her. Okay. Yeah, she's been around. I was actually I I guess a couple of years ago, 2 years ago, I was one of her mods. What she did would she had mods, but she would rotate them. You'd be a mod for 3 months, and then so I was a mod for her for about 3 months, and then she's moved to Costa Rica. But she's released a bunch of old videos, and it's still again this stuff is timeless. There's no, it's you know what I mean. It's always good. And I actually have a couple of pieces of mixed media that I followed her and did with her. So here's the next page that's done.
Oh, nice. I like those. I'll have to try that. I have a script stamp.
And I did butterflies and moths on this one. Oh yeah, she did close down her Patreon account a long time ago. Yeah, she shut that down quite a while ago. Because I was a Patreon of hers, yeah. But she's got a lot of content. Yeah, I like those. So this is a butterfly page, as you can see. And I'll add the little figure things and
Dragonflies, and I have some butterflies stamps.
yeah.
I have my bee stamp I made.
Ooh, yes, you could do yes. Yeah, butterfly stamps, sure, absolutely.
Well, no offense to anybody, but it's way past my bedtime.
Yeah. Well, I'm so glad that you were able to join us. I know that the dogs get you up
already. The time just flew.
See? Yeah. Flies when you're having fun.
It does. This book has been a real saver for me.
Yeah. Well, I'm so glad that you jumped right in there and started ripping and tearing and altering and filling in. And Carol's on tomorrow morning at 9 a.m.
If I wake up.
I heard that. I'll wake you up.
I'll probably be up at 4:00 as usual.
I know. And if not, the dogs will make sure you're up, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, the dogs have.
I haven't
dogs
done it. This is just a simple little book. It was a fishing book.
And now it's been altered.
I'll be making a cover to go over this.
Yeah.
It'll be like this says, pieces from the past. So it's all ephemera and happy mails from the past. So every little bit that's coming in here is pieces from the past. That's why, it's.
Oh, that'll be cool.
Well, so I'm going to have to find something similar of the past of error and put on the.
Well, that'll be a good idea.
On the front. So good night, everybody.
Good night.
Thanks, Carol.
Tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern time.
Yes.
And I'll send out the links, ladies, and if you want to come on, that's great.
Thank you. It's the end of the month, Carol.
It is the end of the month, and I do have some stitching that I need to get done because I've gotten a few happy mails from people that sent some material and little things. So I want to get them in because it's July and
yes.
I have to start August soon. This year is just flying by.
I know.
It's just flying by.
Well, I just look at Becky's temperature Afghan, and I can't believe that that's a whole year because it seems like Becky just started that just like the other day. I mean,
No,
Yep.
can't
I'm
believe how fast these days are going. It's unbelievable.
I'm sure Becky doesn't. Well, feels well. Do you feel like you've been working on it a year, Beck?
Well, I felt like it yesterday because
Yeah.
I made my neck sore because I just kept going and going. And
Yeah.
today I said, I better not crochet today.
She wanted it finished.
I do. I want to finish it on the end of the month, which is what, tomorrow or the next day?
Yeah, the next day.
31st. There's 31 days this month.
And of course, it's hot, and it's a hot. I
I
know.
Yeah, that was another reason I didn't want, because our heat index for today was 107.
Jesus. Oh
Mhm.
man, it's just. Yeah.
Okay. Good
All
night.
righty, Carol. Sleep well.
See you in the morning.
Okay. Take care. Thanks
Bye,
again.
Everybody.
Your dad's 90th birthday is the 31st, says Gail.
Oh wow.
Oh, the reason I cut out a craft and chat so quick is my mother-in-law showed up and her phones weren't working. So I had to go over there.
Oh, okay.
And I was over there forever with ATT Uverse trying to get her phone lines to work.
Oh.
And I said, what can we do? Because this seems to happen once a month. And she's 94 and she can't be without a phone. He said, well, you probably have some kind of interference or the wire is damaged on the phone line.
Well, then fix it.
Yeah, I don't think they want to. They'd rather aggravate me. But I got her up and running, and yep.
Well, Carol's husband dropped his phone in the sink
Oh, geez.
and broke it. And again, and they had insurance, right?
Yeah, they didn't want to pay.
Exactly. And she was on the phone for 4 or 5 hours one day and a couple of hours the next day. And they had locked the phone because it was rendered. They didn't want, and so she finally got them to unlock the phone. And then they said it would take 24 hours for that to go into effect. And it was just
It took you a matter of minutes to turn it off. Why does it take days to turn
right,
it back
24 hours for it to be turned back on again. So that's just another one of the, the things that.
Yep.
So there's another completed page. They come out really cool. All right.
Oh, you did one with butterflies.
Yep. I had butterflies and put the little figure thingy. It almost looks like a real journal. So I've got beetles and butterflies. And I think the next one I will do probably, I think I have mushrooms somewhere.
Oh, that'd be cool. It's hot in here.
Yeah, it's hot here too. It's just muggy. Muggy. Oh,
I want to use that so bad, but I just don't know.
ooh, I've got flowers too. I was looking for I bought a whole bunch of like little smallish stamps to kind of put and like, ooh, I could do one of flowers. I got just, these would be perfect for, for that little mask area that I have. Oh, look, even a little watering can. Wouldn't that be cute?
Oh,
For a flower one.
yep.
Let's see what else we got here. Happy birthday. Ooh. Feathers. That would be a cool one. Or ferns. I thought I had mushrooms. And this set I bought, it came with all of these stamps and then those little finger thingies that you can, put your, I don't know what you call them, but it came with like a whole bunch of these things, these little finger dobby things.
Oh, finger dabbers.
Is that okay? That's what they're called, finger daubers. I thought there were mushrooms in this. Ooh, herbs. I could do a page of herbs.
Yep. That would be perfect for that.
Yeah, I'll do the herbs because I thought there were mushrooms. I guess not. Isn't that amazing? Everything, all the flowers and ferns. And there's even an alphabet in here, but no shrooms. Oh well. I thought I had mushrooms. I guess not. That's okay. A little ladybug. Okay, we'll do the herbs. Right.
Gail said it was mid 70s there. Oh, it sounds
Oh, where are you, Gail? That is the perfect weather.
Indiana.
Indiana, really? 70s. Oh, we won't see 70s until mid-October,
Yeah.
if we're
Or
lucky. November. I don't know when I'll be able to turn the AC off. I'd live to be able to turn the AC off. Now it will go down. I think tonight it's supposed to go down to like 78, but I don't dare open a window because the humidity is just.
Yeah, I can't sleep with the humidity.
No,
That's
I
what
can't
gets
either.
me.
I mean,
I just
yeah, it's just not. It's not feasible.
when your pajamas are sticking to you like that, there's no moving.
Right. Yeah, you're stuck to the bed. Yep.
Yep.
And then I've got Lily stuck to me. Oh, God.
Yeah, the cats love Scott's legs.
Oh,
I guess
my.
he's in pain, so they think they're helping because he's nice and warm right there. So they put all this pressure right where he's hurting.
Right.
And he's like, "Oh, would you move, cat?"
So you got the socks.
I did.
Aren't those? I mean, there's quite a lot of different designs, right? It's interesting.
Yep, they're great. I'll
A lot of
probably wait
nursing.
until it's a little cooler, though.
No, I know. That's what I said. There's no way you can wear them now. But they might help Scott's legs, though. I mean, especially since he has to stand so much.
Yeah. I'll have to see if I can get him to at least try them.
Oh, this coffee dyed paper that Amy made is just luscious. Oh.
I've got some Janet made. I think it's avocado dyed.
Yep. I still have the avocado skins and pits in my freezer from probably a year ago. I'm lazy when it comes to doing that stuff. Oh. I am. I did coffee dyed stuff once, and I still have some of it left. Good night, Kathy. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you so much.
I always forget that this paper is more fragile. I think it's deli paper.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That can be fragile.
I know. There it is. This envelope had a couple of those big index cards. So I said, well, I'll just make a couple pages for that journal I need to make to hold all these.
Uh-huh.
But getting round to it. Yep. Robin's on her way to Pennsylvania,
Oh, okay. Oh,
driving up with her trailer on the back of her
I
little
was going to
car.
say, is this the big show?
It is. She's gone up a week early, though, to see her son and his wife
Okay.
in Philadelphia.
Okay.
But she's driving up by herself with the load, so I hope she doesn't have any problems.
Yeah.
She just had that surgery, so
Oh,
really,
she's fine.
I just worry about her.
I know. I know you do, but she's fine.
She's got a bunch of friends, though, all along the way that
Yeah.
her
She'll
out.
be good. She'll be
She
good.
knows people all over the place.
Now, where's the show in Philadelphia? I mean, Pennsylvania. I forgot.
I can't remember where it takes place, but it's a Society for Creative Anachronisms. It's the something Wars. Oh, what's it called? Can't remember now.
The Ceramic Wars.
No, it's Medieval Wars. They fight.
Oh, okay. Oh. This
She
is
just
the.
has a stall there that she sells at.
Oh, so this is where they dress up in medieval.
Garb.
Yeah.
And they are very historical accurate.
Yeah.
They do all this
So they-
research and
Yeah, they take that very seriously. That's
do. It's not a Ren fair. They'll tell you that. It's not a
Right.
Ren fair.
It's not a Renaissance fair, right? There's no
Nope.
friars frying sausages.
No. I get right irate when people say it's a Ren fair. They spend a lot of time learning all about it. And
Mm-hmm.
they go to schools and do exhibitions. And
Yeah, it's got to be
Robin's a
hot.
gold scarf fencer too.
It's got to be hot wearing
She
that.
put the young boys' butts. They always want to fight. They always want to take on somebody. Of course, right now Robin can't do it, but
Right.
she said that she had this one kid. He thought he was all that and this and that. And on the third move, she got him in the arm, and he's like, "Ow!" And she's like, "Well, you're pretty predictable. You have 3 stances." Took her three moves with him to nail
That's
him.
funny. That's so funny.
And even though those rapier swords have the tip covers on or anything, Robin has shown me where they've missed her chest guard, and right by her underarm, she'll have this wicked bruise where somebody's caught her
Yeah.
with that sword because it's got a lot of tension to it.
Yeah. And they whip those things around. Yeah.
Yeah,
They're very, yeah.
they get into it too. I'll put this on as far as I can and think about it.
Well, they have, well, it's a Reno. It's not like what Robin does, but they do that at the, what you said, huh? They do that at the cloisters. And I've talked about the cloisters in here before. And that's that reconstructed cloister monastery thing that was built during the Great Depression when they went to Europe, and they bought up remains of cloisters and monasteries, and they brought all of the stones back to the United States, and they reconstructed a cloister type monastery at the very northern tip of Manhattan Island. And it was meant to give stonemasons work during the Great Depression.
Yeah.
And so they have a Renaissance fair up there, not like what Robin's doing, but
I remember the name of it. It's Penzic. So if you do a Google search for Penzic, it'll tell you all about it. Pennic.
okay. Where in Pennsylvania?
I'm not sure. Let me Google it and we'll find out.
Okay.
Hey, Google, tell me about Penzic. Penzic War is an annual American medieval camping event held by the Society for Creative Anachronisms, a war between two large regional SCA groups, the Kingdom of the East and the Middle Kingdom.
Cool. It almost sounds like the Lord of the Rings, the Middle Kingdom.
Yep. Yep. I think Robin's in Atlantia.
Okay. All right. So they're, yeah. Huh. Atlantia.
More than 10,000 people attend every year.
Wow.
Penzic is held in late summer and lasts for 17 days, begins on a Friday, ends on the third Sunday.
Oh, wow.
The event centers on pre-17th century history and culture, with all campers dressing in historically relevant clothing. The winners of the battles and other activities receive war points, and the kingdom with the most war points wins that Penzic. The Penzic War uses numbers to identify each war rather than the year it was held. So the 2019 event was known as Penzic War 48.
Interesting. Very interesting.
No.
I was just wondering where in Pennsylvania it was being held. Is it always held in the same location, or is it?
It is.
Oh, okay.
They got their safety briefing on here.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. No, that's a video. I don't want to watch a video.
Okay.
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 What he said. Slippery Rock, Pennsylvania.
Oh, I know that. I know Slippery Rock. Yeah.
Cooper's Lake event venue and campground.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be funny if there's some pictures of Robin on here.
Yeah. And she does. I mean, her husband's not involved. She just, this is her thing.
Oh no, they're both involved. He's
Oh, okay.
he's a court jester. He dresses up like the fool.
Oh, cool.
And he's going, well, if he gets over COVID, he's supposed to go up next week.
Oh, wow. I forgot you told me. Yeah, that's right. You had COVID. Jeez.
Yeah. I guess she didn't test positive, so she's going.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
But they have big bonfires, and they've got like an actual little castle set up, and they, you know, somebody gets thrown into drunk and disorderly. And they got
Well, it sounds like
bullying
a lot of
policy.
fun. You know, and as you said, they really get into it, so that makes it fun. You know.
Robin and Dave were king and queen one year. Everybody
Oh.
takes a turn at being royalty.
Oh, that's fun. That's cool.
But if when you're stuck in the group with the royalty group, you have to go to every event, and she said it's exhausting.
Oh, okay. All righty.
Extremely exhausting.
You have to make an appearance.
Yeah. Well, they have to hand out awards, and you know, somebody will bring their needlepoint to the king and queen's attention, and they'll say, "Oh, yay," and that kind of thing. Oh gosh.
Well, do they eat medieval food? I wonder.
Yes. Yes. And it's like multiple course meals, like up to 13 to 16 courses.
They must be drinking mead. I
Yeah.
imagine.
Yeah.
My son is a brews beer and mead. And yeah, I've had some of his mead. It's made from honey.
Yep.
And it's not sweet. You'd think it's sweet, but it's not really sweet at all. I can just picture, the goblets and the straw thrown on the
Oh, when
floor.
I went over there to do the ceramics with her, her kitchen table was full of goblets
I was just, yeah.
that she had thrown.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I can picture the
Yes.
goblets, and they need to have some big dogs laying around the base of the tables, so they throw the bones to the.
Actually, they don't allow any animals
No,
because
that's a good idea.
the dogs could attack somebody or whatever.
Oh yeah,
No animals allowed.
no, that makes
And
sense.
it gets kind of like one year it rained almost the entire time they were there, and she was in a lower campsite, and their campsite was soaked.
Oh, that's miserable. That is not fun at
Then
all.
you have to pack up all that wet tent and all the bed
Oh,
gear and everything, and then bring it home with you, and then have
yeah,
to unload all that stuff. And all you want to do is roll into a nice, clean, dry bed.
right. Yes, and everything kind of has that damp smell. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, how did they get into this? I mean,
I don't know. She's been doing it for years. That her and Dave met at SCA.
Okay.
Robin was married before, and her children are from her first marriage.
Okay.
And when Robin and Carrie got divorced, her and Dave started dating, and then they had a medieval wedding.
Of course, that would. What other kind of wedding would there be?
Everybody was in garb except Scott and I. It was kind of weird, but it was real kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I'm cheating on this one. That's the definition of celebrate, and then we're just going to stick celebrate on it. And see, this could be an instant birthday postcard. I could scan this, make it a little smaller, send it in the mail.
Yeah. It looks great.
Make it so. Of course, I'm going to mount it on black like I do.
All right.
And yes, Robin is selling. She's got a trailer slam full of all kinds of stuff. Goblets, bowls, plates. Secret. I don't know if she did any of them or not, but she used to do these mugs or cups that you'd have to know which holes to cover to be able to drink without spilling your drink on you.
Oh. Okay.
You know, they're like a puzzle mug. Because if you didn't know which holes to cover with your fingers, the suction wouldn't go right and the drink wouldn't come out in the right place.
Oh.
It's kind of a gag cup.
That's what I was just gonna say. It sounds like one of those drippy cups, not a sippy cup, but a drippy cup. One that
Exactly.
you're drooling. That's funny.
Oh, let's see. What did I do before? I got to date this. Where's my date thing? Then I have to figure out how to change the date again because I always forget. And it says July 14th is the last time I used this.
All righty. I use some different script here. Let's see. Rosemary, bay leaf, mustard. Okay, those are all. Wow, they're just the right size. Where's the?
There we go.
Let's see. Don't know. We've missed people coming in. Let's see. Function Gail said hi. Jail, 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 jail.
Well, yeah, it is very historically accurate. Be soaked and miserable is historically accurate.
Yes. I mean, I just can't imagine the smell. It's a good thing that when they make those movies, they don't have smell around. But
Television.
if you could smell, oh man, just think about it. People didn't bathe, they didn't brush their teeth,
Yeah.
they didn't change their clothes. And that's why women walked around with handkerchiefs just dipped in perfume, and they held it over their noses because
Oh,
the stench was just pretty intense. And even with Robin, even like like where you said, where they had like a rainy week, you have that just that smell of all that wet material. I mean, their clothing and all of that. It's heavy and it's all wet and damp and.
yep. Well, if she's lucky, the trailer will be empty, so she can put all the stuff back in the trailer, not in the car.
Yep, on our way home, hopefully.
Yep.
Yep. So, what do the other vendors sell?
Oh, some people will actually sell garb, clothing that's
Okay.
made
All
out
right.
of real linen and that kind of thing.
Mhm. That makes sense. Yeah.
And they'll have people that'll do like medieval toys and,
Okay.
different things. Instruments,
Oh,
older style instruments.
well, that would make sense. Yeah.
So there you go. Black always pops everything.
Let me make you big. Let me make you big. Hang on. Oh, that came out. Oh, how lovely.
Just simple. And then I made this tag.
Well, it doesn't look simple. Oh, that's lovely.
And did that on the back. This was already a hard piece of cardboard, so I just cut the corners and turned it into a tag real quick.
Oh, that came out lovely.
And then those are the ones I've made before from the Bits and Bob's book.
Okay. Well, they all came out great, Beck.
So yeah.
I love the one with the butterfly, and that's like the browns and the tans.
Mm-hmm. I do too. This is one of my favorite pockets. I figured I better use some of it. It's one of the fuller pockets on my binder.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah.
And that came out really nice.
That's what I did. My brain's starting to go to mush, though.
Yeah, me too. I'm about ready. If you're ready, I'm ready.
Yeah. I think we'll wrap it up so that we can, if we become conscious in time, we'll join Carol in the morning.
Yes, we might have to. We might have to carry Carol a little bit in the morning, so we might have to be ready to be. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, everybody that stopped by. It was great that you were able to stop by, and of course, keep Mary in your thoughts, and send her healing vibes, and hopefully,
I have a message from Angie. She says she thinks she's been blocked on your channel. I didn't block her.
I didn't block her. She was in here earlier.
Yeah. Well, we'll
And I
have to
haven't-
check and see if she's blocked on your channel.
Because I haven't touched anything that would block anybody.
No.
Do you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't even have it open on my iPad. I've only been looking at.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
She was in here, but she just messaged me.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, we'll have to, because I didn't even have my iPad open. I wasn't even watching the stream on my iPad. I mean, the YouTube stream. I was only watching the comments on.
Yeah, I can't go back far enough in the chat to, even see when she disappeared from the chat. So
Okay,
anyway.
I will. Okay,
see if you can find out if she.
I
is.
will. I will.
All right, guys. Have a wonderful evening.
Yes. Thank you so much, Becky, and thank you for everybody that
All
popped
right.
in. It was fun.
Good night, everybody.
See you all tomorrow, hopefully. Good night, Beck. Thank
Good
you.
night. Yep.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.